Here we have a sample graph from a practice SAT, which is about geomagnetic storm activity, which is apparently a potential SAT reading topic. Hey guys, it's Krystle back at it again with another video, and after I made my video a couple weeks ago about how to get 1550 plus on the SAT, I had a couple comments from you guys asking about specifically how to get 750 plus on the reading and writing section of the SAT. Like I said in that video, I got a 1560 on the SAT and specifically 790 on the reading and writing section, and this video is going to be specifically about how to ace the reading section of the SAT, so let me know if you guys want to see specific videos on the math and writing sections in the future. This was my very first time taking it as a high school student, and I was happy with my scores, so I decided not to take it again because I promise you guys, for literally just about any college you could possibly apply to, 1500 plus is enough. Like, for me, my dream school was Columbia, and I saw on their website that the middle 50% of students scored between 1460 and 1550 on their SAT, so I knew I was going to be just fine. And when I was accepted, I knew that it wasn't because of my SAT score. It was everything else that I had done and how I had packaged myself in my applications. At the same time, though, I know the grind of trying to get that thick 750 plus on the reading section, and I had actually taken the SAT before high school because I had been trying to apply to talent search programs like the Center for Talented Youth, or CTY, and I'll have a video on that coming out really soon actually, so stay tuned. Before we get into this video though, it would mean the world to me if you guys would subscribe and hit that notifications bell and make sure you're following me on all my social media so you never miss an update. And you guys, don't forget, I'm still doing my ongoing giveaway where every 30 subscribers, I pick someone to do a free essay critique for. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to my channel, hit the link down below in the description box and enter your email, and make sure to write "I entered" in the comments down below. And you have the chance to get a free essay critique, and you can use it for high school, for a college application essay, or an application to a summer program, anything that you need. So honestly, why wouldn't you? So this may seem like the total opposite of how you're used to doing things, but personally, I liked to skim the questions for each passage in the reading section before I even looked at any of the passages themselves. That way, I knew what I was even looking for in the first place. No need to try and scrutinize the questions from every angle on that first go through, but I would definitely recommend at least taking a look, just so you have them in your mind as kind of a guideline. The people who write the SAT questions aren't always going to necessarily put them in the best possible order, or even the most logical order, but that doesn't mean that you can't just make up your own order to answer them in and make that work for you. I recommend starting with the questions that ask about littler details, like what does this word mean in this context? Because what that does is it actually helps get your brain primed and ready to get a better understanding of the passage, big picture stuff. The questions won't all necessarily connect super closely, but you know that each question is about the passage in some way, so you already have the assurance that they're going to be related to one another somehow. So you can use the little picture stuff and work upwards and outwards from there, so by the time you get to the questions that ask things like, the author would probably believe such and such, or it can be inferred that so and so, you've already been forced to discover more about the passage simply by answering the other questions that were asked beforehand. And you can use that to really feed your interpretation of these bigger picture questions. You'll be more drawn to the answer choices that align with what you discovered when you were forced to be answering the other questions, and it's usually those answer choices that are correct. While the new SAT has been around for a couple of years now, and most of the questions it asks are your standard run-of-the-mill literary comprehension, data analysis is a concept that is brand new to the new SAT. So if the materials that you're using to study are outdated in any way, they might be missing this really crucial part of the reading section. As of 2016, students have to analyze data from charts and graphs that goes hand in hand with an otherwise normal reading passage for a few questions on the test. There's no math involved, I promise, but you still need to know what you're up against. So, for example, here we have a sample graph from a practice SAT, which is about geomagnetic storm activity, which is apparently a potential SAT reading topic. So as you can see, the x-axis or the horizontal axis measures the year that the data was collected, and the y-axis or the horizontal axis measures the change in the disturbance storm index, otherwise known as the DST. We can guess that the passage this graph goes along with probably has a lot to say about geomagnetism and DSTs and all that fun stuff, but if we look at the graph, and just the graph, we can see all sorts of cool things. Like, for example, we can see that geomagnetic storm activity took a deep dive in 1989, which, yay, but then by 2001 it had crawled its way back up the ladder again. So there you guys have it. These are my top 3 most important tips for the SAT reading. What works for me might be different from what works for you, but these are just some really basic fundamental concepts to keep in mind, and I can pretty much guarantee that they'll be helpful in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel to make sure that you're able to see the math and writing videos when they come out too. Lots of really exciting videos are coming, and I can't wait for this next week just to be able to show them to all of you guys. I love you all. Bye for now. Hey guys! Before we get into this video though, it's really easy to read these questions that are like,